first shooting casualties on day 2 of Operation Restore Hope. U.S. forces fan out and dig in. In Little Rock, the president-elect makes his first cabinet appointments. We'll have an evening news reality check. And growing support in America for a ban on baby walkers. We'll tell you why.
It's not worth seeing your child go through a terrible accident, and it's so much stress on a family you can't even imagine.
This is the CBS Evening News, live from the main U.S. Marine base at Mogadishu Airport in Somalia. Dan Rather reporting. Good evening. After a day of soaking monsoon rains, tonight the moon is out and full, the sea breeze up. This airport has been roaring and whining all day and into the night. Day 2 of America's effort to save Somalia. Men and personnel and equipment are pouring in here. Reinforcements for the Marines are to arrive at first light this morning from Camp Pendleton, California. And some of the first shooting casualties, Somalis, were flown this evening to a U.S. Navy ship for medical treatment. First French, then U.S. troops were involved in a shooting incident tonight. The official version is a truck full of Somalis accelerated at a checkpoint. The French took that to be a possibly hostile act, opened fire. U.S. forces then followed with fire. 2 Somalis were killed, 7 others wounded, 2 of the wounded seriously. The only weapon found in the truck turned out to be a large knife. U.S. forces evacuated the wounded.
We loaded them aboard CH-46 Sea Knight helicopters here, Marine helicopters from the amphibious task unit offshore, and flew them to the Tripoli.
Back on land, flares popped over the capital as U.S. forces reported trading fire with gunmen near another checkpoint. No Americans were hurt. Meanwhile, it was learned the Americans have quietly extended their reach inside Somalia. 60 miles inland from Mogadishu, Army Special Forces secured the largest airfield in the country, easily overwhelming a small security force of clan gunmen.
They threw down their weapons, they did what they were supposed to do. Everything went real smooth.
The Somali guard said they were shocked. We came to greet them, he says, to turn over our base, but the Americans just take our weapons. This Soviet-built base is large enough to land the biggest American aircraft. Today, Air Force engineers were testing the ability of the runway to handle the heaviest loads of transport and cargo planes that will bring in masses of food and Army troops.
Charles CCT, this is Tailpipe Bravo, over.
On day 2, the Americans are beginning to set up forward bases inside Somalia. Relief workers are increasingly frustrated about the pace. The enormous task of trying to reach all the starving people in the interior still lies ahead. The Marines moved out a bit today from their dug-in positions here at the airport and at the nearby harbor. They're beginning to get acclimated to the environment and its threats. Bob Simon reports.
It didn't look like a feeding program at the Mogadishu port today. Marines were coming under fire. There was a sniper in the hills. A patrol went to flush him out. As soon as the Marines ventured outside the gates, another burst of fire sent them scurrying for cover. They retreated and regrouped. Then they tried again.
Hey, close it up!
It was the first foray outside the port for some of these men. They'd been briefed about Operation Restore Hope, a humanitarian operation designed to save starving children. Now they were getting their first look at the reality